Lock your legs out. I don't know why they think that we have to have.
We do have to say that for when whoever decides.
Oh, they Diana again.
One other thing to tell you, actually, is that
Okay.
it's about the painting.
You had babies today? I have one, yeah. The little one. It's cute. Like we're gonna have like a speed meeting. I know. And if we can just speed out of here. Thank you. I'd like to bring tonight's meeting to order and ask everyone to silence their phone and stand for the invocation, which I'd like to ask Chief Page to do for us tonight.
Heavenly Father God, Lord, we come to you, we ask that you be with our councils that make decisions that affect our city, God. We ask that those decisions be in line with your will. God, we ask that you be with the group that's here tonight, be with them, take them home safe, in our hearts forever. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on our agenda is items of community interest, and since we have such a loyal follower here, I'd like to say happy birthday to Brenda. She's always here supporting us. She's a great fan of the city, so happy birthday. And an early birthday to a council member, Diana Higgins. Celebrates her birthday tomorrow.
You're 29, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Brenda's 29 too, also. Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Um,
Shut up. You better not say a word.
And also, the City of Bowie is having an event at the community center this Saturday, a concert with Little Texas. So if you get a chance, get your tickets and come on out and help enjoy that with us. Next would be public comments. If anybody has any public comments, would like to go to the podium, you're more than welcome to at this time. If not, then we will close public comments and move straight into the city manager's report.
As all of you noticed, we're coming along pretty well with the building renovations. They're pretty much finished with the drywall, and Jay and his guys are wiring it and putting in the computer cable this week and stuff. So pardon our mess. It's dusty in here before we got here, so at least our guys are cleaning it up real well. But it's going along and probably ahead of schedule. They've got the window frames in the north side of the building, and so the glass will probably be put in tomorrow, and we'll get going some more on that. So anyway, that's going real well. As you probably saw on Facebook, the company that has a natural gas pipeline under new side of Amy Carter Lake is going to cut the line and get rid of it. Not get rid of it, they're going to leave it in place, but they're going to cap it, clean it out, cap it, and so that'll, I'm sure that the liability that line being under the lake, it was underneath the ground, but it's still under the lake, prohibits any pollution from bothering us in the future, and so that's a good deal. And anyway, the main reason I put it out on Facebook is because a lot of times out at the lake, if we're doing anything, we get a lot of phone calls about what the heck's going out there, so I wanted everybody to know that they're doing that. And tonight in the meeting, we have budget amendments, and I wanted everybody to realize that of the $490,000 budget amendments, $405,000 of it is from the tornado cleanup. It's probably more expensive than that because I don't think all of our bills were paid yet. and we'll probably have another budget amendment. I'm not sure. Carrie, there's one more bill, I think, on the electrical side that's not. So it cost us a minimum, in my opinion, probably of more than $500,000 to clean everything up. And that's low, in my opinion. You know, there's a lot of damage that's not city damage. A lot of our property was insured at the city level, and so that will be repaired, you know, with insurance money. So it was a quite expensive proposition. And that's all I have.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Bert? The next item on the agenda then is the approval of the minutes for the last meeting. You all have a copy in your packet. And I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Mr. Love?
Second.
Okay, y'all want to fight over it?
You have to speak up.
Malone, I'll give it to Malone. Heffley? Buckmaster? Love? Malone? Bell? And Higgins? Thank you. All right, from that we go to Ordinance 2020-11, an ordinance amending the adopted municipal budget for fiscal year 2019-2020 for specified funds, account and line item designations, declaring all other appropriations of the budget document unchanged, instructing the city manager to make necessary revisions to the city accounting records, declaring a severability clause, and providing an effective date. You can see everything's been listed line item. Any questions?
Carrie, the contract labor in the electric department, the 270,000, was that just all, what contract labor do we hire for?
That is the contract labor that Bryan, Texas Utilities sent up here
Gotcha.
to work on the lines. And I assume that you did Denton and Sanger under contract labor also. Then that's not all in yet, so.
Okay.
Did that also include the independent contractors that came up and did the
Yes.
set of the, from, okay, yeah.
And then the 100,000 would just be extra supplies that we had to have for,
Replace everything that we used in the inventory that they had and to buy other stuff, and they had to replace, I know at least 16 transformers. That was just the early number that they had given me right at the beginning. And so just stuff like that. He started replenishing his stock pretty much just as quickly as he could. I've got a spreadsheet here for, I feel like it's a pretty close number to about what we spent on this for, equipment, labor, and supplies, and contracts, and the dumpsters, and it's about 561,000. So.
okay.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve these budget amendments?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Higgins. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Buckmaster?
Aye.
Malone? Higgins?
Aye.
Bell?
Aye.
Love? And Heffley? Thank you. The next, you found the latest lease. This should be the final lease for the Bowie BMX Bike Park. This, as you know, we were waiting on their 501c3 designation, which they now have, and we now have in the lease. Thank you, TJ. This will be the final time you have to see this. Are there any questions about the lease?
Do you like the lease?
Ask Jay, he wrote it.
I'm looking at you. You like it? Like it?
Yep, I think it covers everything in regards to what the terms are, in regards to the lease terms and so forth, and how much, and put some safeguards in there in regards to fencing and so forth, so that way that the City of Bowie is covered for us from a liability standpoint, for their insurance, covers everything on the structure and so forth. Some language in there in regards to having a fence above ground, so that way it's 24-hour coverage by the insurance company.
Okay, in that case, since I can blame you, I'm good.
Okay.
If he likes it, I'm sorry, go ahead.
In the last lease copy that we had, that was, the lessee was the corporation and the guy,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry.
Shane Reed.
Yes,
Mr. Reno,
names
yeah.
are not my forte, so, I noticed this time it's not, it's just the corporation. Was there a reason why?
What I ended up doing for that is I ended up, and that's a great question, what I did is doing a separate contract with just Mr. Reno. The biggest reason why we wanted Mr. Reno to be contracted with the city is should he still be a part of it and Bowie and Meck goes away, and then we just have this land out here that's just with hills and jumps, and what do we do with it? So I drafted a contract with him that he would be responsible for the leveling and putting the land back the way he found it. Should Bowie MX 501c3 no longer exist and it's no longer used for its intent purposes, which is a BMX motocross track.
Okay.
And Chuck, the fencing and different things like that, the USA BMX will insure them for a 24-hour day liability as long as they put a fence up. So that was in their major plan anyway. So they're covered whether they're out there or somebody sneaks in.
Okay,
So it's kind of a double duty.
thank you.
So do I have a motion to approve this lease, finally?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, who said second over here first? She got it first.
Y'all don't.
1 week I can't get y'all to second anything, next week I get bunches of them. Love,
Yes.
Malone,
Aye.
Bell, Heffley,
Aye.
Higgins,
Aye.
Buckmaster.
Aye.
Thank you. In case anybody's interested, they are planning to start construction November the 8th. Yes. All right, next item on the agenda is the second reading of Ordinance 2020-10, an ordinance levying an annual ad valorem tax rate for the City of Bowie, Texas, tax year 2020. And if you want to make a motion, you've got to read this. So, I'll entertain a motion to approve. By somebody that can reach this.
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.5447, which is effectively a 0.367% increase in the tax rate.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who said that? Thank you. Heffley.
Aye.
Buckmaster.
Aye.
Love.
Aye.
Malone.
Aye.
Bell. And Higgins.
Aye.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending the shortest city council meeting we've ever had. We are adjourned. You can have that back.